Nearly 200 years ago, a home was birthed on Providence Island, a home that once stood at the pinnacle of Africa's decolonization, a home that has persisted in the face of atrocities and today remains more united than ever, a home where nature, culture, landscape, beaches, and history await a glorious moment to be lived. Ah, at the pinnacle of 200 years, Liberia is excited to welcome Africans in the diaspora home again.
Let's return to where it all started. Come reunite, relocate, and rebuild the land, which has so much more to offer. Explore our attractions, taste our food, experience our culture, and impact our communities. Let's go home. Visit Liberia December 17th through January 3rd for the greatest reunion since 1822 as we kick off our year-long Liberian bicentennial.
For more information, visit our website at www.libyearofthediaspora.org.
Lapu's Kitchen, a Liberian-owned business operated by Johnson and Wales University's trained chef Joyce Matowia, is your dining away from home. At Lapu's Kitchen, we prepare all kinds of Liberian cuisines, including fried and rare oil potatoes green, kidney beans, palava sauce, fever leaves, and a lot more. We also make rice bread, meat pies, cookies, Benesi candies, and all kinds of pastry products. Place in your order online today from anywhere in the US at www.lorpuktchen.com. The good news is your package is sealed in an insulated cooling box and reaches your destination well preserved and fresh. Save yourself the stress and order the best from a professional chef. Lapu's Kitchen keeps your fingers licking.
Make you smile, Angelina.
Makeup, they say, increases people's perception of a woman's likability, competence, and trustworthiness. That's why I introduce to you Major Millions Beauty and Market. Major Millions Beauty and Market has the best skin and hair care products. The beauty parlor also has hair accessories, including hairspray, hair gel, and hair dryer, makeup palettes, Major Millions customized lip gloss, shoes, bags, concealers, blushes, and a lot more. Guess what? Major Millions Beauty and Market has on sale well-packaged African products to include your favorite cuisine, cassava leaves, potato greens, palava sauce, palm butter, etc. Customers purchasing goods worth over 100 United States dollars will have free delivery once they are 15 minutes drive away from our location. Locate us at 10 Chestnut Drive, Elton, Maryland, 21921. Better still, call us on cell numbers 302-316-6813 or log onto our website www.majormillionsbeautysupply.com. Major Millions Beauty Supply. We move.
S. Hamley Enterprises Limited, located at the Police Academy Junction, is a shipping agency ready to handle your goods from China to Liberia. We handle all from our warehouses in China. No need to stress yourself. We take care of your goods, and you can pick them up from our offices at the Police Academy Junction. We also sell solar products and can order solar grade of all sizes for you, and installations are guaranteed by our technicians. We also do professional t-shirt printing for all occasions. Contact us on telephone number 0880-340-117 or 0775-374-480 or our WhatsApp number 678-386-2499. It's Hamley Enterprises Limited, your shipping agency, ready to serve you.
We all know the headache we go through sending money to our loved ones, friends, and family in Liberia. High fees, long lines in banks, the usual complaint of the system being down, such a waste of time and energy. That is why I was very happy when I learned that SendWave is now in Liberia. So now I can send money anytime from anywhere directly from my smartphone to the MTN Lone Star Cell mobile money account of a loved one, friend, or family within seconds for just a tiny fee. So download SendWave now to your phone from your Apple Store or Google Play Store. Add your details, and don't worry, they are very safe and secure. And start sending money today. Don't forget to insert the promo code COSTA to get free $5 credit added to your first transfer. SendWave is secure, super fast, and by far the most affordable way to send money to Liberia. I'm Henry P. Costa and a very happy customer. Thank you.
Welcome to the program. Bugger, how's the lighting there? I thought you guys said you were improving it. How is it? Why doesn't it look improved?
Yeah.
Bugger.
Yeah. Good morning, Costa, and good morning to our many listeners. The other light have a little problem, but the technician coming this morning to work on it.
Has a little problem again?
Yeah.
We're gonna let ball get problem or whatever. I don't understand. Anyway. Good morning, folks. Welcome to the program. Today's Friday, and the 5th of November 2021. The time in Monrovia is 7:31. The time in Delaware is 3:31. Friday morning on the East Coast of the United States of America. And yesterday, a member of the Talbot family sent me a statement from the family. I did not get the chance to read the statement, but I do have the statement, which we will read this morning for you. A few days ago, well, actually on Sunday, terrible tragedy happened. The Reverend William Richard Talbot III was murdered in his home. And brutally murdered. Initially, the family had said they wanted to be, they wanted to keep it private. One family member came into my inbox on Facebook, and she went up and down, yelling at me and saying all kinds of mean stuff to me for telling the public that he was murdered. She said it's a private matter. I mean, how can you tell me the murder of a prominent man, peace ambassador, son of the former president, is a private matter? Anyway, they're grieving, so I understand that. I just told her I felt the public needed to know because of who this man was. He was a very important man in his own name, his own right, not just because he was the son of the former president. And then we all feel terribly bad that he met his end in such a terrible, terrible, unfortunate, unacceptable, unfair way. But it's tough. Their hearts are bleeding, and we are with them. It's just so sad how such a good man met such a terrible, undeserving end. So I have the statement here I'm going to read from the Talbot family, Talbot and George, with a sense of immense loss and sorrow. The Talbot and George families in Liberia and the diaspora announced the death of Liberia's National Peace Ambassador, the Honorable Reverend William Richard Talbot III on November 1st, 2021 at his Mesorado compound apartment, Bushrod Island, Monrovia. The Talbot and George families acknowledge with thanks and express their appreciation for the countless messages of sympathy, solidarity, support, and love received from all over the world. We further thank all national and international organizations who have lent their voices to demand a complete and satisfactory resolution to the homicide. And by this word homicide, it means murder, folks, of Liberia's National Peace Ambassador, His Excellency Reverend William Richard Talbot III, pastor of the Zion Praise Baptist Church. The Talbot and George families encourage the entirety of Liberia's law enforcement institutions in applying their maximum efforts and utmost professionalism to determine the cause or causes of Ambassador Talbot's death, and by applying all of the appropriate remedies in these circumstances. Pending investigations and official inquiries, the Talbot and George families will inform the public of funeral rites at a later date. We declare and renew our faith in God and the Liberian nation. God bless our families and God bless Liberia. Now, folks, that is a statement that was sent to me last night by a member, by the way, a member whom I know personally, of the Talbot family, a cousin of the late William Richard Talbot III. What is happening in our country? People are getting murdered in their homes. That lady from Roeville, the immigration lady, murdered, brutally murdered in her own home. And our president has not issued a single statement to the nation, black guy.
Absolutely not.
The man is not a leader. He is an idiot. He goes to these conferences. He can't even speak. He is so stupid. The man cannot even speak to his own country. Yet he gets up, he takes his behind, his ignorant nincompoop behind, and goes to international events and conferences. What contributions does he make there? Absolutely none. He left the COP26. This is the international conference on the environment. Now he is in Paris, okay?
Yeah.
For the International Paris Accord or International Peace Accord. What kind of, I mean, some kind of, what is he doing there?
Just to go there, just to be there, just to be part of it, that's all.
Yeah,
if
just
he was
to be there.
invited or not, we don't know, but just to be a part, that's all.
Well, it doesn't matter whether he's invited. But what is he doing there at this International Peace Conference in Paris? Why does he need to be there? Why does this man not skip, not miss any event? He goes to them, he never speaks, he never makes any meaningful contributions, yet he just likes to be out of the country. When people are getting murdered every day or every other day in the country. Boy, how the hell do you expect people to want to go to visit Liberia? I spoke to this man's daughter, Reverend Richard, William Richard Talbot. I spoke to his daughter. And she said to me, Costa, before my father went to Liberia, we begged him. Do not go to that country. People are getting murdered. But of course, the man loved his country. I mean, look at how they killed the man. Look at how they killed John Hillary Tubman the other day.
Mm-hmm.
This is just so sad. And there are some people who just don't care until they are murdered, or until their family members or loved ones or friends are murdered. But this is a serious crisis, Buckeye. I cannot remember the last time people were getting murdered like this in their own homes in our country. And our president, instead of being at home and leading, he is abroad to take pictures at conferences where he makes absolutely no contributions. What a tragedy. When a nation votes for a boy, a childish, immature, stupid boy as their president, this is what that nation gets.
Sure.
A boy who says, I borrow my friend's plane because I want to boost my morale. What can you imagine, man? Even you, Paka, today, you don't talk about boosting your morale. and you're nowhere near the presidency. But the president of the republic is such an idiot and a simpleton and such a classic case of acutely low self-esteem. Now he would say in a press conference that he borrows an airplane in order to boost his morale. Being president is not enough to boost his morale, okay? Being the most powerful man in the country, the #1 citizen in the country, is not enough to boost his morale. But he has to borrow a plane to boost his morale. Somewhere in the Bible, Buckeye, it says, a nation, I'm not sure of the scripture, but somewhere in the Bible, it basically mocks a nation that votes, that makes a boy their king. The other day, Joe Buckeye spoke and called George Weah a boy king. I think the boy king in the Bible is King Josiah, I believe. And the CDC people were offended that Joe Buckeye referred to George Weah as the boy king. He is the boy king. A childish, irresponsible, incompetent nincompoop. This boy has not spoken to his country since he came to power. He's never had a press conference. Buckeye, terrible, terrible things have happened. This boy has not spoken.
Yeah.
We've had terrible things happen in the country. In 3.5 years, Weah has not opened his mouth to say a single word to the nation. What kind of leader is this? Of course, he's no leader. He's an absolute idiot. And some of you do believe that he is. It is not everybody who becomes the head of a country or the head of an organization is a leader. No. Weah is a disgrace. So I see the CDC people. Again, my friend Rodney here, who is a paid operative of Ellis Cummings. Rodney has completely disgraced and destroyed his newspaper or whatever is left of it. And by the way, who reads that thing? A handful of people. Walker, I mean, when was the last time you bought a newspaper, Walker?
No, I want to read online.
Thank you. And when do you and do you even read online every day? Of course, I don't. I don't read newspapers. Very seldom. Except I come across it. Of course, the only newspaper I would put much stock in is the Daily Observer, which is the most credible newspaper. Every day, my friend, or he calls me his enemy. I mean, see how childish a man is. He goes on the radio and says, Costa is my enemy. Even George Weah, whom I have no love for, I do not call him my enemy. You see? Now, the McLean family took the Unity Party to court. That's true. We're not going to sit there and be like some of you, and we're not going to discuss it. They took the Unity Party to court, black guy.
Mm-hmm.
They're demanding their rent or their rental arrears. When Ellen was president, she struck the deal with the McLean family. You know, she had Thompson McLean's working in the government. You know that, right?
Yes. Yep.
The McLeans was one family that benefited the most from the UP government for 12 years.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to name them. Edward McLean, who was the minister of state, one of the ministers of state for Ellen until he passed. Peace to his ashes, Dr. McLean. Johnny McLean, for a period, was Minister of Information. Then he was sent to, I think, Senegal as ambassador. That's 2. Randolph Allen Koko Wea McLean, Dr. Randolph Allen Koko Wea McLean, who was made the president of NOCAL, the National Oil Company of Liberia. He was the highest paid official in the government, making over $25,000 a month at NOCAL. I'm sure you remember that guy, Buckeye, right?
Yeah.
That's 3 McLeans. And there was a 4th McLean in the government. So there were 4 McLeans in the government. And Ellie and the McLeans, they go way back. They have great ties. So Ellen entered this arrangement with the McLean family for that property. And I'm told because she was so close with them, the McLeans really didn't bother Ellen to pay rent. Listen to this, folks.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't really bother her. I mean, they were in the government, they had lots of jobs. Many of them, they had key positions. And so they really didn't bother Ellen with the rental arrears or to pay the rent. But they ended this agreement where the McLeans charged them, the Unity Party, the government, of course, $60,000 a year. Now, Buckeye, that's quite a lot of money for that building.
Wow. 60?
Yeah. 60 grand, yeah. Now, listen, Buckeye, I'm telling you the story. So, they didn't really bother Ellen to pay. I think she paid a little bit of money here and there, and that was it. You know, like, they were in the government, they were close with Ellen. Ellen took the property for the headquarters of the UP. So, they didn't really press her to pay. And so Ellen too didn't mind agreeing to pay a ridiculously high $60,000 a month. I mean, a year. But then what happened, Buckeye? Hold on, what happened? What happened? Ellen left power. In 2017, during the campaign, Joe Buckeye paid the McLean family over $240,000 or thereabouts. Just in that range, I think 100 something or 200,000, something like that. He paid them that against the property. And guess what? That money that Buckeye paid was arrears owed under the Ellen presidency.
Wow.
So the 200 something thousand Buckeye paid during the campaign, Joe Buckeye paid during the campaign to the McLean family was money that Ellen was supposed to pay the McLean family that Ellen did not pay the McLean family and Joe Buckeye paid. And is there anything wrong with that? There's nothing wrong with that. Because what? Because he was now what? The standard bearer of the party. But it was tough because guess what? Buckeye, I mean, instead of looking for money for his campaign, he was there paying arrears that Ellen could have easily paid.
Yeah.
But Ellen didn't pay. Buckeye paid that. Since that time, the rental arrears have been accumulating, Buckeye. Their arrangement is $60,000 a month. So from 2017 to now, that's almost 4 years, Buckeye. 60,000 times 4. You do the math.
240.
Huh?
240.
I think, yeah. So they owe about 3 years. Okay, there was a Charles McLean, Deputy Minister for Agriculture. I said the McLeans were all over the government. all over the government. The McLeans were everywhere. So then Boakai paid over $200,000 for arrears owed by Elling, $240,000 or thereabouts.
Yeah.
Then there was, since that time, and this is the truth of the matter, the Unity Party has not paid this money. They have not been able to pay the rental arrears. Now, the Joe Boakai leadership of the UP tried to negotiate with the McLean family to renegotiate the terms of the lease agreement. Look, this money is too much. Joe Boakai tried to buy the property from the McLean family. The McLean family said they don't want to sell it, and they have the right to not want to sell. The McLean family said that they have an immense sentimental attachment to the property. That property means so much to them, and 15 McLean families lived in that particular property, so they cannot sell it. And it is their right, Walker. They are not forced to sell. So they refuse to sell the property. And then the UP asked them, let's renegotiate this rental arrangement. The rental fee is just too high. Do you mind reducing it from 60,000 a year to 30,000 a year? The McLean family said no. They cannot and they will not reduce it to that amount. Some time ago, when Joe Boakai visited the United States, he met with Sam McLean. I think he's one of the eldest in the family in the United States, and they talked. But the McLeans have been unwilling to renegotiate the terms, particularly the fee, to slash it in half, because it's just too much, Boakai. $60,000 for that property is quite a lot of money. Don't get me wrong, it's a nice property. It's a deal for a party headquarters, but it's just too much money. So to be honest, they have accumulated rental arrangement over the years, and they have not paid. How many people have not run into trouble with their landlord? Why?
A lot.
With unpaid rental arrears. They're not a criminal act, you just cannot afford. Because the Unity Party, when they were in power, like most political parties, they never institutionalized the party. They never made a party an institution. They had all those people in government. If people like Randolph McLean, who was making over $25,000, were paying dues to the party, compulsory dues, mandatory dues. If people like Edward McLean was paying dues to the party, then the party will not have trouble with paying its rent. Allah Boakai?
Nope.
But those people who made the most money from the party didn't pay a cent to the party. They didn't pay any money in dues. And political parties all over the world, that's how they run. In civilized and structured democracies, they're not run out of people's pockets. No, the people who own the party, who are members of the party, they support the party. It is the way it works. So yes, does Unity Party owe the McLean family? It does. Should they pay the McLean family? They should. Can they afford it? No. What do you think? I'm going to come here and defend the UP and no, they shouldn't pay. They owe the family, but they can't afford to pay. And that is the truth of the matter. Because it's just a whole lot of damn money.
No, because my problem is 12 years in power under the leadership of former President Ellen Johnson Sirleaf, that the Unity Party couldn't have her own
because Ellen didn't care about UP. Ellen only used the UP. Because let's not even go into that one. I beg you. Because don't get me started on Ellen, please.
Yeah. Of course, if it is that, if it is so, all of these things are not going to be happening. If only
I agree with you 100%. Take the ALP, for example. We own our own party headquarters, and we have the biggest
Fine.
party headquarters in the country.
Fine.
And we don't pay a cent to anybody.
Mm-hmm.
Ben Uri bought our land for one of his daughters, I believe it's Danelle. And then he built the party headquarters on it. And then what did he do? He had a whole ceremony and turned the deed of that property over to the party head to the party. So
Yeah.
yes, he bought the land for his daughter. Originally, it was meant for his daughter. But then when the party headquarters was built on it, he decided the deed could no longer be in his daughter's name. He transferred the deed into the ALP's name. So that deed, the deed to the property on which the ALP headquarters now sits, the headquarters, is in the name of the All Liberian Party. As far as I'm concerned, we're the only political party in the republic that owns its own headquarters.
Yeah.
Now, that's how you build an institution. So we don't pay rent to Danelle Ure because the land was purchased in her name years ago before the party was formed. No, the deed was turned over to our party. They did a transfer deed. That's how you build a freaking institution. Who told you I didn't care? Because let leader on that. Like I said, don't get me started. I beg you. Because don't get me started about the holiday. Because I will say some things that would rub off some people in the wrong way this morning. But Bagai, it is true that Unity Party owes the family, and it is true that Unity Party cannot afford to pay them. Name one party that can afford to pay all their money right now, all their rent. Let's go to the CDC. That's why I said the dirty son of my swines in the CDC should shut their dirty son of my swine mouths. The CDC has refused to pay Ibrahim Dempster and his family for the headquarters. Now, that property all along, Ati Bernard passed himself off as the owner of the property. But they don't own the property. The case went to the Supreme Court, and the Bernard family lost the case to Ibrahim Dempster's family. Now, who is Ibrahim Dempster? Listen to this story. Where the CDC headquarters, where it's located. The woman married the late Tommy Bernard, Achiba Bernard's father. When the woman came into the family, I had all the documents. Ibrahim Dempster had sent me all those documents. When she came into the family, with that property. Okay? Yes, when she married this man, the property was hers. She didn't convert the property to say, because we are married now, so the property is all yours, or it belongs to the both of us. It didn't. No, that's not how it was done. It wasn't done that way. She maintained ownership of that property. Let's see about that. When she passed away, and of course the other people passed away, the Bernard family, the family into which she was married, lay claim to the property. That the property belonged to them. Because their father, uncle, or whatever, was married to who? To the woman. Like, why you meet a woman now? You and her get married, and when she came into the marriage, she already owned properties. The woman didn't bring the property into the marriage as belonging to the marriage. Those properties were her properties. And then when the woman passes away, your children, and when you yourself pass away, your children lay claim to the property. He said, the property belongs to our father. Because our father was married to this woman who owned the property. When the woman has her own children and her own grandchildren. So for many years, Boakai, the Bernard family operated that property, collected rent whenever they could from CDC and all that kind of stuff. Are you listening?
I'm listening.
Then the Dempster family took them to court. That's the woman's family. They proceeded to court. The case went as high as the Supreme Court, and they won the case. The Supreme Court said that the Bernard family could not prove that when this woman was married to Tommy Bernard, that she converted this property to the joint estate of that union, that marriage. Now, guess what? The court ruled that because they could not prove that the property was converted to the joint estate of the union, therefore the woman who was now deceased maintained individual ownership of that property. Therefore, the Bernard family had no legitimate legal lawful claim to the property. The property was taken from the Bernard family and it was given to the Dempster family. Ibrahim Dempster, who was the woman's grandson, was then put in charge of the estate. Mr. Ibrahim Dempster is currently in Ghana. He cannot return to Liberia because he has been threatened by the CDC. They asked him to buy the property. After the man won the case, they took the property from Archie Bernard, who happens to be the legal advisor to the president. He was in charge of it for so many years, he and his family, the Bernard family. So then they asked Mr. Dempster to buy the property. CDC, listen to this, listen to this. They said they want to pay $1.5 million for the property. No, 1 million, I think. Mr. Dempster said he had no interest in selling the property for $1 million to the CDC. Guess what, Walker? You know who a lawyer was? The current Minister of Justice, Musa Dean. Musa Dean was a lawyer representing Ibrahim Dempster. As far back as 2016. 2016, I believe, was the year Dempster won the case and the property was turned over to Dempster from the Bernards. Dempster said, I can't sell the property for $1 million. Guess what happened, Walker?
What?
When the CDC realized that because they were not in power then, they paid some money to Dempster in 2016 because they were not in power. In 2017, they pay a little bit of rent. I think 20,000 there and 30,000 there or something like that. Like I said, I have all the documents. We've talked about this before. But listen to what happened, Walker. Then when they came to power, these Solomon swines that are opening their mouths and talking about UP owing somebody and would not pay it, let me tell you what happened. Then they came to power. The CDC said they will not pay any money anymore for that property. They are taking it. Just like that. Guess what they did, Pagai?
What?
The CDC folks went to an old man called Old Man Jimmy Dennis. I know Old Man James Dennis. James Dennis. I've interviewed him. Old Man James Dennis is a nonagenarian. You know what nonagenarian is? He's in his 90s. He's well over 90 years of age. I've interviewed him. The CDC went to this old man. Why? They went to him and they helped him become the administrator of the estate and remove Ibrahim Dempster. Why Ibrahim Dempster was in Ghana? They went to the probate court, they honored Ibrahim Dempster, and they put Mr. James Dennis in charge as the administrator of the property. What? And why did they put old man Jimmy Dennis in charge, who is well over 90 years of age? They put him in charge because they said he was once married to this lady. Hello?
Look at that.
Are you listening? They went and looked for this woman's ex-husband, old man Jimmy Dennis. This old man in his 90s. I've interviewed him on the Costa Show. They took Jimmy Dennis, who is, I believe, 92 years old, 93 years old, and put old man Jimmy Dennis. Right now, as I speak to you, Jimmy Dennis is the administrator, not lawful, but he is the administrator that CDC installed. Because CDC doesn't want to deal with Ibrahim Dempster. Because Ibrahim Dempster has refused to let them take his property. So they put old man Jimmy Dennis in charge, and now they have absolute control. Jimmy Dennis was once married to the Brahma Dempster's grandmother. They are no longer married. They were divorced long ago. But how the hell you will go take somebody's ex-husband and put him in charge of the estate because you don't want to deal with the legitimate owners of the estate?
And a husband that you put in charge doesn't have any link.
Ex-husband.
Ex-husband doesn't have any link to such property.
No legitimacy whatsoever. He and this woman were once married. They were divorced ever since. And they put old man Jimmy Dennis. But you know, I said to myself, why the hell did old man Jimmy Dennis allow himself to be used by these people? I'm very disappointed in the old man. I've met the old man. I've interviewed him. Jimmy Dennis was married to this woman. CDC people went and said, saying, Brother Dempster, hey, ha, we will go take the old man and put the old man in charge, then we will not have to pay no money to Ibrahim Dempster. Okay? That is what they did. Ibrahim Dempster is abroad. He cannot return to the country. He's afraid. They've been threatening him. And they will not pay him a cent. They owe him lots of money in rent. They will not pay him. They put his grandmother's ex-husband in charge. His grandmother's ex-husband. They put him in charge of the estate. Can you imagine that, Walker? Can you imagine that? And by the way, the Unity Party is moving. They're moving to a new property in central Monrovia. It's a 4-story building. It's a very nice place. And it's a very big place. 4-story building, Walker.
Is
the
it
renovation
spacious?
is 80% complete. And by end of November or early December, the Unity Party will fully relocate to this new property. So they are moving. So Unity Party is not getting kicked out on the streets. They are moving out of that property, and they will make a payment plan over to try to settle the arrears. But they cannot afford it right now, period. But this is the thing. The CDC, these are such idiots and such criminals that they went after the owners of they went after the landlord. They used their power to go after their own landlord because they refused to pay the landlord his rent, and he refused to sell the property to them for what they were asking or offering. They went and took the woman's former husband. Can you imagine, Walker? I rented from you, and I want to pay you, so I go look for your grandma, former husband, your late grandma, former husband. CDC has not paid. They haven't paid rent, and Musa Dean was the lawyer representing Ibrahim Dempster. As I said, I have all the information here. Huh? These people are wicked. Then you got a Sanama Swan, Samuel Twe, with Tada face, open your mouth on Facebook talking about Unity Party, drag out of the party. Unity Party has not refused to pay. They just cannot pay because the money is just too much. But you, on the other hand, you're stealing all the millions of dollars, and you have decided to go and undermine the landlord. You kicked him out of his own property. You went and looked for the 92-year-old. Don't you think they took advantage of the 92-year-old man?
They did.
This old man is 92 years old. Jimmy Dennis is 92 years old, going on to 93 years old. This is the man CDC when they say Grandma Dempster, hey, ha, he won't deal with us. We'll go to a grandma, former husband. Hey, grandma, former husband. Old man Jimmy Dennis. They told the man, grandma, former husband. Jesus Christ of Nazareth. Well, these people are battle. These people are battle. They took Jimmy Dennis's, they took Ibrahim James's grandmother's former husband, old man Jimmy Dennis, and made him the administrator. And said, old man Jimmy Dennis, you know you're married to the woman way back, right? Even though you're divorced a long time, but Ibrahim, yeah, he hate her. He won't give her heart. So we're putting you in charge. But who knows whether they're not going to make that old man sell everybody to them? But if he tells it to them, look, I'm so disappointed in old man Jimmy Dennis. And maybe the old man going to see now. I'm sorry, but guy, would you do that if I'm married to a woman? For example, my ex-wife. Would I let somebody put me in charge of her estate illegally?
Probably.
And the state to which I have no legal claim?
Costa, financially, he was induced.
Oh, man, my man, United Sonny, yeah, oh, he said induced. What the hell you need money for? You're not even doing woman business no more. Huh? What the hell you was saying there? Let these Solomon Swan use you for? Old man Jimmy Dennis, he's 92 years old. The CDC installed him illegally as the administrator. Then that Solomon Swan, Samuel Twain, not talking about it. Open your damn mouth and put more on Unity Party. Unity Party is not contesting the rental areas. They're not saying that they don't owe the family. They are saying they owe the family. They have made an arrangement to try to pay. The family has refused. During the election in 2017, Joe Biden made an offer to buy the property. The family said no. They hold sentimental attachment to the property. And the property means a lot to the family. It is a family heritage. And we can appreciate that. Nobody should be forced to sell their property. But for Samuel Twain, a member of a criminal thuggish government, sit down there on Facebook and you won't put your mouth on somebody because they owe rent that they can't pay. When your party, a bunch of criminals and crooks, you go there, you remove the legitimate administrator, and you go find the Oma old husband and put him in charge of the something-year-old puppy. Don't got that kind of nonsense, boy. Can you imagine that? These damn cinnamon swans. Then you want to talk about Unity Party owing money? The thing is disgraceful. But guess what? What will happen? When we beat these buggers and kick them out of power, Ibrahim themselves, like I said, Ibrahim just hanging in there. Ibrahim is in Ghana. They've been threatening his life. Bugger.
Yeah.
Ibrahim can't come to the country. They've been threatening his life. He's abroad. I talk to him from time to time. He's very frustrated. They put a grandma ex-husband in charge. Hey, man, bugger, man. These boys are wicked. Somebody told you better show you damn up. You damn rogue. Stupid man like you. Somebody tries to be in America here with nothing in his pocket. He had nothing. He goes to Liberia. America gives him a job at the Ministry of Finance as consultant. Later on, they seconded him to the, he was seconded to the Millennium Challenge account of Liberia. Then later on, they sent him to what's the country name? They sent him to the African Development Bank as Liberia's representative. There, an opening came up, and so they pushed him there. He was advisor to the board, making over $7,000, $8,000 a month. Unity Party was the one that uplifted that idiot bugger. Do you know that, or did you know that? That bugger was here in America. He had nothing. Absolutely nothing. Today, he's the one person right. He's a rich man. Stupid fool. So Yeke Koluba has won his case. And the Supreme Court has ordered that all of Yeke's benefits and, of course, his salary arrears or his salary for the period, salary payments be given to him in full for the period that he was what? Illegally suspended. That's what the Supreme Court has ruled. Now, of course, I don't trust the Supreme Court. Let's see whether the House of Representatives will heed, whether they'll pay Yeke. Yeke should not count on it. They might very well not pay him, and the court might very well not take any action against the leadership of the House of Representatives. I mean, we're still waiting to see what the court does in the case of Daniel Cassell, the political leader of the PLP. It was October 15th when the court ordered the Director General of the Liberia Civil Aviation Authority, Moses Colley, to issue Mr. Cassell his landing permit to allow him bring in his helicopter, which the last time we checked, was sitting down in the what? In the Ivory Coast.
Mm-hmm.
They've refused. The court ordered, they look at the court, they said, go to hell. You know, back in the day when we were small, when you eating, your friend asks you, Baga, give me small man. What you used to say? Baga, you remember that?
Said no.
No, man, Baga, hey, man, Baga, where did you grow up?
Whoa, me.
Well, whoa, me is one thing you could say, but the most common thing you used to say, let me ask our viewers. Back in the day when we were growing up, when I was growing up, I'm not talking about people who are much, much older than I am, but I know when you want me, a man say, Koto disease. Koto, it means no. Somebody got it right. Bill Banka got it. Bill Bonka. Shout out to you, Bill Bonka.
Koto.
Bill Bonka got it right. But Bill, you didn't get it entirely right. We used to say Koto disease. He said, "Is it if you grew up in my time, you would know that Koto disease." So we used to say that when we were growing up. Yeah. So basically, most of what I call it that stupid pele man. And by the way, I'm a pele man. But I'm a pele man, a stupid pele man. The Supreme Court ordered him, but I can tell George to check the tuning. Somebody say it's off the my tuner, and while he's at it, he can check the other one as well, the tuning. But the guy said he's not going to do it. But he said he's not going to give it. He's not going to do it. Somebody got the whole thing right. They said I am called disease, rubber disease. No, we say rubber disease. I am going to rubber disease. Yeah, man. Yeah. That was a whole lifetime ago, man, when we were beginning about. Yeah. You know, I have this thing I will tell you before we go to the phone lines and take some calls. One of my militants, one of my strong loyal soldiers celebrates his birthday today, Abraham Salif. I want to say happy birthday to you, Abraham Salif. I wish you many more returns of your birthday. You are appreciated. Your loyalty, your unwavering support over the years is appreciated. And as you celebrate today, I wish you all the best. And of course, you know, I got to drop small team for the birthday. That one, that Sunday got to die as usual. Same way. They got to die today. But I want to say something. You know, I have this thing, and I was telling a friend of mine some time ago, and yeah, you know, all the foods that when we were growing up, because we were so poor, we didn't have. I grew up, and today I still like. I like those foods even more because I never had it. I don't know whether that happens to you, Buckeye. For example, I like Quaker oats very, very much. I like cream of wheat. I like boiled eggs. I remember back in the day, man, if you could stay on the spot and buy a couple of boiled eggs and And the pepper, the seasoned pepper with all that kind of stuff. You're a big
Yeah.
boy. And so, well, I don't eat that quite a lot. I mean, I eat a lot of eggs, but not every day, But I like crackers. I used to like cream crackers, quite a lot. But we couldn't really afford. So, and I like Ovaltine. The last night I made myself a good cup of Ovaltine. A friend of mine, we just sat down. We ate. That's what we have for supper. A cup of Ovaltine and some cream crackers, just dry, plain. We didn't put anything in, no peanut butter, nothing. I like peanut butter too. Those are things that when we were growing up, we used to want to have. I remember if we had Ovaltine in the house, we'd just be licking the Ovaltine. We have to
The milk.
the milk and the Ovaltine. I love myself some powdered milk. But we didn't have those things. When we were cornflakes, oh my brother, but I haven't had cornflakes in a long time. But I love those things because when we were growing up, we were poor. I mean, we didn't have much to eat. We didn't even have enough rice to eat. Then a cornflake the old man will buy. Are you freaking kidding me? That's luxury. So we were poor. Yes, I was damn poor, my brother. I'm not gonna lie to you. I was poor. When I was growing up, I was poor as hell. Living with my mother, we struggled. Then I went to live with my uncle, Jeremiah Walker, peace to his ashes. My life changed. That's when I saw a washing machine. We had a television at home. But my story is not any special. Most Liberians are poor. They have nothing. So you see, this is what I always say. Sometimes when we sit back and we look at what we have today, Bogey, I was saying to myself last night, I was driving home in my little old 2008 Porsche Cayenne, and I was saying, Clem milk. Hey, my brother, Payment Johnson, he came on my way, Baba. Clem milk, begin we used to lick the damn Clem. Sardines. Samuel Sagamai lost sardine. Sardine and driver was like, it was like a delicacy. It was like caviar. Caviar. Hey, man, sardine and driver. Lots of me and dinner. We were poor, but we couldn't afford. So today I can go stand in the shop and buy almost a whole damn store full of a whole warehouse full of all the things. I can afford to do that today. And I just said to myself, oh God, look at where we came from and look at where we are now. But I will tell you this. I will tell you this, Barbara, before. So last night I was driving in my little old 2008 Porsche Cayenne, and I was saying to myself, yeah, back in the day when we were growing up, when even to have a decent meal a day, a single meal a day was sometimes a struggle. It was a struggle. But then Tinapa, I used to like the Tinapa until I went to stay with my uncle Jeremiah Walker. Because whenever the cook didn't come to work, the easiest thing to cook is Tinapa gravy. So because we ate Tinapa so damn much, I don't like Tinapa. I eat it once in a while. If you make the Tinapa very, very nice and make it with some rice or some cassava, I will eat it. Pour it on it. Oh my God, I think it tastes good. But my man, the Tinapas are smelling in our noses because we ate Tinapa so damn much whenever the cook didn't come to work or didn't go to work. But I'll tell you, I will tell you this story, brother. I often say to people, I do not compare myself to other people. I do not look at Bwaka and say, because Bwaka is doing so well, Bwaka does not deserve to be doing so well, and I should be doing so well. I do not do that. That is why I do not envy anybody. I do not envy anybody. I do not apply in negative envy. I will look at you and I will be inspired by you, and I will say, I want to become that. But I will never look at you. Thank you. TV. Well, they had TV.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Today I have an 85-inch TV that I bought for almost $3,000 US. That TV today, even though I can afford to buy several of that TV, but that TV looks like something. Every time I lay back, I see my 85-inch TV. I say, hey God, today I can afford. You see, I don't compare myself to other people. No matter what they've accomplished, I don't envy them, because I said to God, I said, God, thank you. When I look at where I came, where I was, and where I am today, I say, thank you, Lord. Because, brother, that is how you compare your success in life or your progress.
Mm-hmm.
You look at where you were yesterday. Now, you may not be where you want to be, boy, okay? But when you look at where you were yesterday and the day before and the day before that, and you look at where you are today, and you say, God, thank you. Back in the day, television was a luxury. Most people could not afford it. I remember we didn't have a television set, but today I have an 85-inch TV. I got TV all in the basement that we can hardly put on. I said, God, thank you. So that's how I count my blessings. You know, we have this song that say, count your many blessings, name them one by one. Count your many blessings, name them one by one. When I look at my blessings, the things I have today, the little things I have in life today, I say, God, thank you. I say, God, thank you. Because you took me from that point and you brought me to this point today, I say, God, thank you. You know, so as I was saying last night, this thing is what life, right? This is how life is. If you wanted a bottle of water so bad for so long, and I'm telling you, inside barroom, Jeremiah, inside barroom will come out like a flush, it was a luxury. Today, when you walk in my town home, by the time you open the door, there's a bathroom right there, squeaky clean. I mean, you can stand in the bathroom and eat in the bathroom. Yeah, God, thank you. And this is what we want for all of our people. What we didn't have today, we have, which is nothing is modest, but we are grateful to God for it. And we count our blessings and we say, Lord, thank you. Because we didn't have this yesterday, today we have it, we're grateful to you. And that gives us assurance that tomorrow we will have more, according to your will and according to your time. But I'll say this to you, and I'm always proud to tell people that I was very poor. I was very, very poor. Today, my man, I can look at my friend and I get $300, $400, $500 US or more than that. If somebody were to give me $20 US back in the day, that's a lot of money. But today I can count $500, $600, up to $1,000 and give it to somebody. My man, I go. What got I go? I'm telling you. But I'll tell you this, right? So last night I was driving my little old car, my Porsche Cayenne 2008. And while some people would think that's a very nice car and what, but I think I want to get rid of the car. You know, it drives very, very well, but it's a 2008 Porsche Cayenne. And to maintain it is a hell of a thing. When one tire spoil on it, begin another small money. They think I'm driving big car. Now, I didn't buy it for a lot of money, but to maintain it is a lot of money. Okay, you may buy a 2008 Porsche Cayenne begin, but to maintain it is just like maintaining a 2020 Porsche Cayenne because the parts are freaking expensive. So I drive my little old Porsche Cayenne and I listening to music, my music blasting. I was saying to myself, I was driving home, coming from J&B house, where he's staying, you know, and driving home, 22 minutes away from my house. And I was saying to myself, as I was driving my old lady, Bobby Solo, and I said to myself, today, I remember back in the day when we were growing up, we used to see the people that them driving their little car, and we said, hey, when I grow up, I want to buy my car, and I'll be playing that kind of music in it. But then when we finally got to own our car, the music that we used to log and say we'll play the music in the car. Those music those songs are no longer in stock. How many of you did this, folks? How many of you, when you were growing up and you would see the big brothers or you would see people driving in the community with their cars and they're playing songs that you used to like, and you will say to yourself, when I grow up, I'll buy my car, and that particular song, that Tupac song, changes. I'll play that song in my car loud, so everybody will hear it. But then when you finally got to own the car, the song was not in stock. How many of you did that? I did that. I did that for years. So I was saying to myself, last night as I was driving and playing a song I was listening to, and I said to myself, you see, there was a time when we used to say, when we grew up, we own our car, we play this song and that song, we play loud so everybody will hear it. Now we passed that level now, boy. We own cars, yeah, in America and yeah, and there in Liberia, and we can do all that kind of stuff, right? Okay, fine. But now today, because we're not only Bobby Solo now, today now we say, damn it. Now the next car I want that G wagon, or in the future I want to own a Lamborghini. You see how level don't change, boy, guy? Level get changed. So today you never own Bobby Solo. You got bicycle. Or maybe you don't have a bicycle. But then tomorrow you say, okay, when I own a bicycle, I will do that. I will play this style with a bicycle. Now you've owned the bicycle, you've gotten past that level. You get to the next level where you own a car. So I'm gonna lay Corolla. My first car was a Toyota Corolla. Oh man, I used to wash that car clean. The Porsche Cayenne I own today, I can tell you the last time I took it to the washing place to get it washed. But the late Corolla, I used to wash that car like hell. I'm gonna make it clean. I'm gonna CD everything. But life is like that. Levels change in life. And we must never forget that we must always be grateful to God, because the Bible says when praises go up, blessings come down. God loves to be praised and to be thanked and to be appreciated for his grace, for lifting his countenance upon us sinful, filthy rags. Yet he blesses us in ways sometimes some of us don't realize. In little ways. You may be complaining that you have, my man, back in the day, I remember, okay, we used to want to buy you own one little old jeans, the jean, you now wear the jean, the jean now fail. It has faded. You will take the battery. You know the battery? The battery?
Yeah.
The battery you put in your radio. We will break that battery open, take out that dark material in the battery, and then put water in it and use it as dye to dye your jeans. Amen. To dye your jeans. You wear the jeans. When really beat you begin, when you dye the jeans, then you take shoe brush. You shine the jeans, or something you polish. You put polish on our jeans to make it, because you know what the jeans are not fade. Now you got to dye it. Today, then you go to party, begin, it rain on you, begin. That battery water in that jeans begin your But we thank God. And we pray that we can create an economic environment where our people don't have to live like the ways we live for some of us when we grew up. We suffer. Let's go to the lines and take some calls there. You're listening to the Costa Show. I have a case that was brought to me by Mr. Adam Cisse. Adam Cisse is a property case, and these cases oftentimes they take a lot of time. You got to go through this, study it. I have not been in the right frame of mind. Adam Cisse, if you're listening to me, the reason I have not begun to discuss your case, because in my experience, in almost 11 years, we've been doing this work and discussing people's cases in court that have been dragged in court. They're not getting justice. They have been taken advantage of. It's not an easy thing to do. You have to take time. You have to be in the right frame of mind. You have to lay the premise. You have to get people to understand it. And I have not been, in all earnest, in the right frame of mind to initiate the conversation into the discussion in your case. So please, I will do that. Remind me on Sunday, and I'm going to do that. I'm going to begin that on Monday, God willing, to start talking about your case. I consider every case that comes to our attention important. The case with Adam Cisse is a heartbreaking one. He's a Liberian citizen who lives in, I believe, the Netherlands, and he comes back and forth every time. He bought a parcel of land somewhere in Congo Town, and Adam Cisse built for himself a property, a nice house, a nice home, so that whenever he comes home, he will have a place to stay. After Adam Cisse constructed his house, his next door neighbor is a lady called Zocla Williams. Zocla Williams. She owns an adjoining property to Brother Adam Cisse's property. She claimed that Adam Cisse had encroached on her portion of the land, her land, just by a few inches or something, or a few feet. The Adam Cisse encroached into the thing by a few feet. Now, normally, how is that kind of case solved? Okay? The court will call for what is called an investigative survey to determine whether Madam Zocla Williams's claim that Adam Cisse, who is her neighbor, literally owns the property that adjoins with hers on the Congotown back road. It's true. Is it true that Adam Cisse encroached on her land? Adam Cisse said, fine. He did not contest it. He did not say the woman is lying. He said, fine. Let's have an investigative survey conducted to determine whether or not I encroached on your land. But I just look at it here. I own one lot of land next to you. You own another lot next to me. I built my house from foundation straight to roof level, and everything is finished. You come and say, oh, Bagay, oh, Costa, it look like you encroached on my land, your house sitting on my land or a portion of my land, a few feet into my land. I said, okay, Bagay, I want to be a good neighbor. I don't want no yo-yo with you. What's a few feet of land? Then you say to me, Costa, pipe the space you're sitting on. The few feet of land you put your house on, you encroached upon, pay for it. Adam Cisse say, yes, no problem. I'll pay for it. Now, Adam was so generous, he didn't even say, before we even talk about paying for it or asking me to pay for it, let's go and have an investigative survey done. That is what I would do. But Adam Cisse didn't want to do that. Perhaps because, he's a nice guy. He lives abroad. He didn't want to do all that yo-yo with her. He said, no problem. Make an offer to me. He asked the woman, Madam Zogla Williams, what you want me to pay for the few feet of land? She said, what she asked for? Give me what? $90,000 or something like that? Man said, what? Even my house I built ain't cost $90,000. Then you say, I encroached on your land by a few feet. Then I'm going to pay you $90,000? He said, no. He said, when you're ready to talk, you must let me know, then we'll talk. Amy Williams is a blatant liar. Joe Barger is, yesterday, I left him last night. I have a meeting after meeting after meeting. It's a lie. He's very well. He's not in the hospital. It is a lie. Nothing wrong with Joe Barger. Now, why y'all be saying until Joe Barger will get to the mansion? Oh, Joe Barger not well. Joe Barger did, Joe Barger. Joe Barger is as healthy as hell. And she wanted $75,000. She asked Adam Cisse for $75,000. Give me $75,000 for the feet. Mama Barger, somebody say you encroached on the land by a few feet. They're not even pushing for you to go to the court. Barger. They said, let's go to investigative survey. She said, no. Give me $75,000. Adam Cisse said, okay, at this point now, no. Say it's not working. Let's go and do the investigative survey. That was years ago. I need to introduce this matter so we can start talking about it. That was years ago. Years ago. My man, they're not small to you. I'm coming. Years ago. Now, my man, guess what happened, boy?
What?
They went to court. They took Adam Cisse's house from him. Boy, listen, you know who controls the man's house now?
No.
I got a land deed. I got all the documents here. I got a case record. The case is before Kaba. Justice Kaba. Yes. The case is before Justice Kaba right now as I speak. They took this man's property years ago. They still own the property. The woman controlling the man's property, Bwaka. Bwaka, can you imagine that? She got the man's property. She controls it. Adam Cisse is a Liberian. He's married. He's got 3 children. The first is 20 years old. The second is 17, and the third is 16. He lives he's a businessman. He's a CEO and founder of Cisse Brothers Incorporated. It's a duly Liberian private business. They are located around the shoe factory area. They employ 5 people. They're involved into in the importation of containers. They bring in stuff, used car parts and car tires and other parts. They Oh my God. They pay their taxes and everything. Everything, my brother. They took this man's property. This matter started on the 10th of June 2009. He bought the land from a man called Mr. William Francis Early. He was the executor for the property of the late John M. Early. Now, the woman is not claiming the entire land belongs to her, but she's just saying that she wants it. The man got a piece of her land. He encroached on a few feet of her land. While the property was under construction, nobody came up to make any claim. Some people just wake up, bagay. Even if my neighbor went and encroached on a few feet of my land, and the neighbor was that nice to say, okay, I'm sorry I encroached on a few feet of your land. Maybe that my construction people made a mistake. The guy was nice, my man. The guy said, you know what happened? Let's resolve this matter. Make an offer to me. Man, the woman open your mouth, wow. Bagay. The woman said she wants 75,000 US. The man said, but my house I built on the land, and it cost 75,000 US. Can you imagine? The house the man built, the value of that property today is about 100,000 US. His house. Beside the blocks that he used, which were locally produced, the house materials, he brought everything from Europe for that house.
Wow.
Everything he brought from Europe for that house. There's Zokla Williams woman. So they went bagay. While he was on a business trip to Liberia in 2013, she called Adam and said, look, Adam, you have encroached on my land. Adam said, let's talk. Because Adam didn't agree to pay her what she wanted him to pay her, which was ridiculous. She went and instituted a lawsuit. You see that? They went to court. They took Adam's property. Today, as I speak to you, the woman who was claiming that Adam encroached on a small piece of her land, she controls the man's entire property while the case is before the court. Look, these things are just bad, Boakai. These things are just bad. It's just bad. But next week, we're going to find time to talk more about this case. These are the things we do that no other talk show does. We take these cases up. We fight these cases for people because we believe in to shed light on them, to just show the absolute wickedness that people do to people. And it's just so unfair. Bagay, let's go to the phone lines and let's take some calls there.
All right, so the phone lines are now open. You can call on 0770-102-102, 055-102-102 for those in the diaspora. The WhatsApp number is +231-888-624171. Once again, +231-888-624171 are the numbers that you can call. You know we can call about disrupted session on Tuesday.
Listen. Agnes Samukai Moba, today is your birthday, November the 5th. Happy birthday to you, Mrs. Agnes Samukai Moba. I had the privilege of meeting you for the first time last weekend at the Unity Party women's event. Happy birthday to you, Mrs. Agnes Samukai Moba. So Joe Boagai will be at the Victory Harvest Church in Philadelphia, the Victory Harvest International. Just put it in your GPS, it will pop up. Put it in your GPS. I only got to give you, it's listed. The Victory Harvest Church at 4 p.m. on Sunday, November the 7th. Joe Boagai will be there at the town hall event, and it promises to be very interesting. There will be a Q&A session. He will speak, and then he will take questions. And of course, the folks there will moderate the event. We decided that we use other people to moderate. We will not moderate ourselves. because we don't want our detractors there thinking that it's a competition, it's a pacing competition between them and us. So we're using other people to do that. So that's what's going to happen on Sunday on the 7th of November. Let's go to the lines and take some calls there. Mrs. Agnes Samoka Moba, happy birthday to you. Today's your birthday, November 7th. November 5th, 2021. Philadelphia is where the program has been held. In Philadelphia. Joe Boga will be there at the town hall event at the Victory Harvest Church in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. It is the largest Liberian church on the East Coast. This is where Liberian officials, like Liberian opposition figures, when they come, this is where they go. They have events with their people. Let's take some calls, Boga. Let's take some calls there.
All right. So the phone lines are open. Like we said, you can keep your calls coming in. So Honorable Koluba disrupted session on Tuesday because of his, arrears and whatsoever. Because
you guys should continue to do that until they pay him. They owe the man's money. They must pay the man his money.
All right.
Let's take this.
Good morning, Robert. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Costa. This is Samuka Kone.
Welcome.
Thank you very much. Thank you for really elevating this Adam Sisi case. He has been a child who brought up from Kakata. He brought his case to me. I've been trying to call you, Costa, so as to be able to elevate this debate. It's serious. Thank you for elevating it. And anything you start actually bring it on this week, we'll try to make our own input. Besides
I'm writing it right down, right now in my notepad. So I
share with you on the phone talk. The three Mason guys' case that we have been exercising patience with justice ministry, where they have constituted 17-man panel. We are going through investigation. They have established all of the fights, and they are only waiting on coming down with a final verdict on ground that they were looking for call law. Surprisingly, Musa didn't call on the spoon talk last and letting the world to understand that the families are not cooperating. We are very, very disappointed, disenchanted, and we're going to take issue with it. We want you to elevate the debate on spoon talk. Let spoon talk get prepared to call the family member to go and make our position very clear. We are disappointed. I beg you, please do that for us. Thank you, and thank you ever so much.
Thank you so much. The phone lines are open. Keep your calls coming in. The WhatsApp number is +231 888 624171. Just placing your calls on WhatsApp. You will get us and be live on the show this Friday, the 5th day of the 11th month, 2021. Gradually, this year is already completed. We'll soon be in 2022. Let's take this person here. Good morning, Pangomo.
Good morning.
Welcome.
Pangomo's line is bad, Boga.
Pangomo, your line is bad. Your line is bad. You have to change your position and call back, please. So the phone lines are still open. Keep your calls coming in, and you will be live with us here this morning. Let's see. Good morning.
Hello?
Yeah, Pangomo, welcome back.
Okay, some land issue. But let's kind of you don't want to see somebody for 40. So,
Pangomo, you have to
take
change
another caller. Pangomo's line is very bad this morning. We apologize, but we can't continue with his call. Take another caller, please.
Yeah, so the phone line, we're still waiting for your calls. Keep your calls coming in this morning. 0770-102-102, 0886-010383, 555-102-102.
We have 12 more minutes to go. We'll take 10 calls. Announce the WhatsApp number for the international calls as well.
Yeah, the WhatsApp number is +231 888 624171. Once again, +231 888 624171 is the WhatsApp number that you can call. Let's take Momo Johnson on this line here. Momo, good morning. Welcome.
Good morning, Mr. Kamal, and good morning to my dad and leader, Mr. Untitled Chapter. And happy Thanksgiving Day to you, leader. No, let me say this. I think people are swear for the city government need to measure in to our city business because you know what? They are there suppressing and depressing people for their own land on the Tagomutu. But the time is coming when we will join people and make sure we need to take them without fear and fail. So that you discuss about their own party and lead our party. And moreover, the other political party have the biggest and the final political party ever in the world. And they attempt to remove our unity party people. We carry them at the UP, the ARP, and we make sure we hold them as our own. So let us forget about that. Now, something is current. It's very hurting my heart. Let me say this. Yesterday, the president on the second main command, Maggie went to campaign for one of their men in the by-election. And you have all of these guys that were on that program, they have Maggie and a picture on your teeth on that picture. So something weighing in my mind. Is that Matana Maggie will be on the ballot for this election, by-election, or it will be a candidate? So I want to please be on the conversation.
Okay, thank you so much, Momo. Let's take another person from this angle here. Good morning.
Good morning, Bwaka. Let me say good morning to our leader, our hero, our incoming senator, Leader Henry Costa. Good morning, leader.
Morning to you, Stevie S. Bernard.
Yeah, thank you so much. My name is Stephen S. Bona. I'm calling from Johnsonville. Bwaka, did you please allow me to make a quick survey announcement because today is Friday. I want to use this time to announce to the people of Liberia and that of Mosorado County that come 2023, we have a different man, a man we would have been in a fight for almost 2 decades. We'll be contesting for the senatorial post in Mosorado County. And it is a need that all of us rise up to show that we're making senator because if we put in that position, you'll have more arsenal, you'll have more weapons to fight. We're going to fight for the Liberian people until we can deliver this country and when they meet up and live up to our true meaning. Thank you so much for having me this morning.
Thank you, Stephen Bonard, for calling and making your contribution. Like I said, the WhatsApp number is open. That's +231 888 4171. Just placing your call and you will be live with us this morning on the show. We still anticipate your calls from all the numbers 0770 102 102 886 00383. That's let's take. Good morning.
Yeah, Bogdan. I was in the room. I was suffering from my lung. Okay. About my brother issue, the land issue will go to the court and own the property. Let me be bold to you. And the kind of judicial system we have in Liberia. Somebody who fasting, I've been there. I fought for myself. Okay? Somebody have fasting. You look at fasting, it's telling you 100,000, 70,000. And that kind of judges will come in Liberia. But let me be bold to you. If it's not, it is just not rule to take that grown woman for that man property. He will leave it his own will. If he's not going to leave it in the other best way, and it does not judge the state best way, he requires something much to death. And somebody can suffer stupid grown woman, and the judges then follow her. If he's not moving any other way, if you got us to create level, so he's very hard.
Okay.
I got the manpower here to move on, and nobody was sleeping for that.
All right. Thank you so much, Pangomo, for calling. And we're still taking your calls. Keep them coming in. You will be live with us this morning on the Costa Show. We're still taking your calls, like I said. Let's take Mr. Valley from Waterside this morning. Good morning. Welcome.
Yeah, this is Valley calling from Waterside.
Why?
Back to the topic. Noah Zawo getting is missing from the court this time. I don't know why. I'm so curious because he's my man. He's my.
Noah, we talk to Noah all the time. The other day, his birthday, we spoke with him. So I don't know why he's not calling.
He had a call. That's my concern this morning. Thank you.
Okay. I will see if I can reach out to him today. But here I talked just a few days on the Mohammed Fum. Let's take this person. Good morning.
Good morning. How are you doing?
I'm okay. I'm okay. Yeah, welcome.
I just want to speak. This Jackson guy yesterday on Spoon Talk. He talked a whole lot about Joseph Boakai sickness. How they.
My man, look, y'all stop bothering off from what people discuss on other shows. Boakai, you shouldn't even encourage that. We don't. Yeah, please.
Yeah, man.
Interesting in what some idiot says on some other show. No. Yeah.
Let's take some call here. Good morning.
Good morning.
Welcome.
Man, talk on another show. We're not interested. If it's a meaningful thing that they do there, we'll talk about it.
Good morning.
Good morning. On some
Yeah.
show.
Where did you call it from? If you call, please listen to main through the phone. Don't listen to the receiver.
Boakai?
Yeah.
Let me say this to you. For example, the Spoon Talk folks had an opinion poll the other day. We made reference to that poll, right?
Mm-hmm.
But we can't have people calling us and talking about a Joe Blow call one show and talk nonsense there, then we talk about it. Like Samuka Kone called in and said Musa Dean called in reference to the three missing boys case.
Three missing boys, yeah.
That is important. That is important. But some idiot makes an opinion there. Musa Dean is a minister of justice. He is a relevant authority figure. He speaks to a matter that is of interest to the public. He calls into a talk show. It is interesting. It is important. You can raise that. But some Acid doesn't call or whoever the hell call and talk about Joe Boakai and all that kind of thing. You won't bring it here. I beg you. Boakai, don't take that, man. Don't let somebody do that. I beg you. Don't do that again. Yeah, take
All right.
caller.
All right. So the phone lines are open. We can take 2 to 3 more calls. And we'll end on today's edition of the show. We're still taking your call 0770-102-102-886. 0103.
Okay, so the reason why Noah Zhao Gibson has not been calling, Big Brother Valley wants to know, is because Noah Zhao Gibson is teaching. He is now an instructor. He is teaching at the St. Francis High School during the morning hours when the show is on. So that is why Noah is no longer able to call into the show when the show is on. He is an instructor. He is teaching. So that's why Noah cannot call. Yeah, that is why. Nothing is wrong with him. He's all right. We're in touch with him.
Good morning.
No calls, brother. We'll take a few more calls.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, your name, where you calling from?
My name is Darrell. I'm calling from the old room.
Welcome.
Yeah, my question this morning, I want you to please help me to ask Costa. He said coming to that door. He coming to high year from he's still coming for the Christmas.
Hold on, don't go.
He left.
Oh, he left the line. Whether your question was from a place of genuine concern or not, this is my response to you. I announced many months ago that I am no longer coming to Liberia in December. Boakai, didn't I say that yet?
Yeah, he said it.
Instead, I'm coming next year. If you are a supporter and you are genuinely concerned, I thank you for your concern. I thank you. If you're not, then I say to hell with you. Let's take another caller.
Let's take this person. Good morning.
Good morning, brother. I'm Timothy Smith calling from Grand Pastor County.
Welcome.
I really want to speak to the justice minister because last night I listened to him on Spoon Talk. And the family member of the 3 missing boys, because some of us, our life is on the line, Costa. We've been putting pressure on the government because he mostly took 3 missing human beings and carried them up to the time of game. We will know that way about. If the family member with this saying that children to president, we are and they want us to put our life in race to advocate and the community going after all, I'm so disappointed in the family member this morning. I'm so disappointed. I couldn't sleep last night. We on the line, going on the street, they're protecting us.
Then you're sitting with the government and compromising the missing children and life. There is no condition compromising people's life. We're talking about the four dead all the time. So imagine today we are still asking the government for the missing auditor. There are people dying in the country, and you are family member. You wake up and compromise it. I am so disappointed in the family, Costa. I'm so disappointed in the morning. We cannot be making our kids on the street going from village to village. In Grand Bazaar, the gasoline is 1,000 Costa. You see?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The transportation go high in Grand Bazaar here.
How much for gasoline?
Today, when we advocating for justice and the family member who take money from the government, I am so disappointed. Yeah,
All right,
thank you so much.
How sure are you?
Gasoline is not 5 USD for a gallon.
And 5 USD is what? At the rate?
$720.
That's a lot of money. That's a lot of money, Boga.
Yeah. So we take few more calls, 2 to 3 or 2 or 1 more. Then we go home on today's
Okay,
edition.
where is Timothy coming from to say that the family asked for money?
I don't know because
Yeah, but you see,
just on the show.
You can't just say that now. The family, these people have been going through a lot of things. So I beg you, you can't just say they asked for money. What do you base that on? I would like to find out. Waka, have you heard?
Not yet.
Now we need to know.
Yeah, let's take this call. Probably Bira Samuka. Good morning.
Yeah. Costa, I'm concerned. Again, I'm concerned.
Bira Samuka.
Yeah. I just listened to somebody saying that the family took money from government and compromised the case. I heard that point is not a pay agent that's trying to scandalize the family. That's not true. I just called to make things clerical that we are disappointed in Musa Dean, Justice Minister, who said the families are not cooperating. How can we not be cooperating and somebody is claiming that we took money from government? You see, this is the kind of influential agent where the guys are carrying on against the family. I just call on the show and let you understand that we are disappointed for Musa Dean calling on the phone door to make the world understand that we are not cooperating. There's some kind of jink drummer come from somewhere saying that they put their lives on the line and run behind the family and family took money from the government. Where, as disappointed as we are, how can that be authentic? I beg you, please, you try to make some inquiry from that individual. Where you remember that?
All right. Thank you. Let's take DJ Lomé on this line. DJ Lomé, good morning. Welcome.
I'm just saying, if you're still watching, check your WhatsApp. I just sent you a message.
This country, as I always say, yeah, technical government are 419 government. Nothing we can get from them. Look at people just dying, then I heard one kept announcing the people were dying doing anytime and this and that. It is true. People were dying doing anytime. That's why like Rainbow said they want to change. But the change become worse up. You're just killing people on a daily basis every day. Look at that immigration woman. What a poor woman did to you? What Thomas did to you as a peace ambassador? What John Todman did to you people? Then when you're ready, then you're shaping bring opposition. Say you're according to your that opposition today, you're bringing opposition suspect. Let's see now. You're show to us. You're showing all the opposition are doing it killing around here. You ain't about the country. Look, it's just a shame and embarrassment to this country. That is bigger accident than Labra ever made to make president. We have to meet our main president in this country. What an embarrassing thing here. So people every night you go to bed, you wake up, you think whether your hair will be on your shoulder. But by the grace of God, the wicked arrow will not come to us. May God continue to bless our country because time we'll keep talking, we'll not get tired, we'll not be afraid. It call for us to die, we die, but we'll not be afraid. We'll continue to say the thing that let the war here, let the the man going France to enjoy it, say did like Brentwood. Look at school open because you go on the road, you can't hardly know that school open. You can't hardly see students. Yeah, you can't see students.
We got nobody to go to school,
I'm not going to school by December because they about 6 years older than in school. I can't send 2 or 3. The other one so by December, by the grace of God, I have to raise that home by December. All of them go to school. School open like school now even open. What kind of failure is this? So thank you.
And you just raise that because
that's a bad thing. Things are broken.
It's true, Costa. Seriously, you can see students on the street. And
back in the day, I remember when school opens, you see the people, the kids going to school all early morning. You see all early. Man, back at the men kill the country. The men kill the country. Damn it. Things are so bad that, families now have to literally juggle between feeding and sending the kids to school because they don't have it. It's not like they have the money sitting there and don't want to send their kids to school. No parent, no good parent that I know would be happy, let me put it another way, would feel good to see their kids not going to school. My dear mother, Nora Hooks, Daedel, Jolobo and Poison, 2017, I told them, Jolobo and Poison. I said, when you tell a Jolobo, it may be better. You may be tired with Unity Party for 12 years, but Joe Parker, that the Jolobo, he will make you well. You tell the Poison that Jowia, he may not appealing to some of you, but the Poison, he will kill you. I said it, they didn't heed my words. Today, the poison is killing them. It's literally killing people. People are getting bushshot like animals in their own homes. People can't send their kids to school. And look at what's happening to the country. Never have we, in peacetime, been this poor. The way Liberians are poor today, we've never experienced this kind of poverty. Never. They're waiting rough in the country. Things are so bad. People can't send their kids to school. Look, when a parent cannot send his or her child to school because of tuition, that thing can hurt the parent. Oh, that especially the mothers. The mothers, I know it all too well. It is sad. It is sad when people can't send their kids to school. Amen. Let's take some calls there, Parker. Let's take a few more calls. Let's take 3 more calls. We've got to go. 3 more calls.
I didn't want to say good morning. Okay, we'll stay taking calls here on 077. Your minute right on my back. Who
my minute?
0770-102-102-886-010383 555-102-102. Let's take this person on the line. Good morning.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So much I give you the man. No man, I was the same thing. MC said together, he said it, I listened to one video, that the service will go to the border for the government to pay their pay.
Pangumo, you know your
Pangumo's line is bad. Do I need to say it?
Pangumo, you know you're in the house. Yeah, you knew you're in a house. The phone was giving problem, you can't answer, then you go by in the same house again to call.
How do you know it's because of the house?
Yeah, let's take this person. Good morning. That's why he said you're in.
Hello?
Good morning, welcome.
Quickly, let me read the next checkpoint. I think the people that just called, people I respect you a lot. But then you found out to reach to speak about to speak to somebody in that manner, to me, it is not welcome because you know what? So we're always in the midst of us, but we are fighting for to get justice.
So hello.
Yeah.
So was somebody wrong? They shouldn't tell him that he's wrong.
No, when he wrong, you can't
hurting 3 different families. You gotta be
careful. So now I can get value because
be sensitive.
Okay. Yeah, man.
Sonny Boy accused the families of having taken money from the government, bribe, in exchange for their silence. But why would the Minister of Justice be saying publicly that the families are not cooperating when Sonny Boy accuses the families of taking money? I think the families don't trust the government will do anything. That's why they're not cooperating. If you were them, what would you do?
Yeah.
Why cooperate with a bunch of people who don't want justice? Clearly not. They're not interested in getting to the bottom of the situation. But for Sonny Boy to have accused the families, Sonny Boy is our own dear friend. We like him. We love him. He's a great contributor to this platform. He's a great advocate himself. But he accused the families of having received money from the government in exchange for to supposedly abandon their case. Has he got any proof of that? No, he hasn't. You got to be particularly concerned because the families are going through a particularly disturbing period. Yes, it's been many months that this thing happened, but they will not have any real closure until they know exactly what happened to their children. So I believe, in my mind, Sonny Ball's comment was insensitive and inappropriate. He shouldn't have said that. Let's take 2 more calls and we'll call it a day.
All right, so 2 more calls: 0770-102-102-86-010383, 555-102-102. The WhatsApp number is +23. Let's take this person. Good morning. Yep.
I'm sorry for calling, but I said they say.
Yeah, but Sonny Ball, don't use they say when it comes to money.
I said they say. So if they say here, I'm sorry for asking. When I'm passing the community, they say, community, you have your and the family, they say, what they say.
All right.
So if they are here, I'm sorry for that. Why I get up grant, they say.
Okay, thank you so much. That's it. He already made it clarity, and that's good. Thank you for at least.
Sonny Ball, we thank you for making the correction.
Thank you so much. One more caller: 0770-102-102-86-010383, 555-102-102. The WhatsApp number is +231 888-624171. You could be that last caller, and we can end the show for today's edition. So there's none yet. So let's take this final call. Good morning. We miss up on our poison. So yeah, there's none yet, cause so cross over to you.
You know, when I hear CDC people talking about Costa afraid of Canada because he's afraid of being arrested, all of you who say you're stupid people. I've been arrested twice. I've gone to jail on nonsense. I went to Liberia when they said they were going to arrest me. I went. What did they do? They didn't arrest me. They were afraid. So you think I'm going to sit there and I'm going to go to Liberia when I want to go to Liberia? I'm going to go to Liberia next year. This year is almost over. I'm going to go to Liberia when I want to go to Liberia, and nobody will arrest me. The government will make all kinds of threats as usual, but when I get there, they will not arrest me. Yeah, I'm in grad school. I'm going to go to Liberia when I want to go to Liberia. When school closes, I'm going to go to Liberia next year. I'm looking at around the middle of the year. So what's the rush? Tens of thousands of Liberians listen to my voice every day in Liberia and around the world. So what do you think? You think I'm afraid to go to Liberia, or because I'm not in Liberia, we don't have an impact? All those many people, thousands and thousands of people all over the place that listen to us, we're still in Liberia. Our voice is being heard in Liberia and around the world. So don't worry. I will come to Liberia. And just like the last time you were disappointed when I arrived, you expected your government to arrest me at the airport and they didn't. You will be disappointed again because when I get there, they will not be able to arrest me. So don't worry. Even if they arrest me, what would they do to me? Kill me while I'm in custody? That's what they're gonna do. They're gonna kill me, arrest me, and then murder me. Fine. If that's the way I'm supposed to die, then that's the way I'm supposed to die. But I know very well I am not going to die that way. No man born of a woman can kill me. And it's not because of Big Muff, because I have been told, it has been prophesied to me that I cannot be killed by any man. You may try to kill me, but it will not work. I mean, great men and women of God have told me, they prophesied that no man can kill me. You cannot kill me. You just cannot kill me. You may try, but you will not kill me. You may do some things to me. You may try, but you cannot kill me. It is not possible to kill me. Because as I have been told, God set me on this path for a great, great cause. And this is not even the real thing God put me on earth to do, to be an advocate for social justice. you will see what God's intention for my life is. This is just a stepping stone. You know, God has a way of putting stepping stones before you, and this is one of them. So God is the one. You understand? Yeah. So God is the only one who would allow something. So God has made it very clear that I cannot be killed. All the plans of my enemies will be frustrated. Before I went to Liberia last year, 2019, did we not know what they were planning? I was told. I told you all that there were people who were going to be planted in the crowd with knives and cutlasses to kill me. And according to my prophet, they were going to be arrested. In a crowd of thousands, they were arrested. 3 men, as was prophesied, they were arrested. So some of you think that we sit out here, we make big muff. We told you that there were enemies that were going to be planted in the crowd, and those enemies were caught. So you think we don't know what we're doing? No man can kill me. Absolutely no man. God protects me. God, before I was born, he ordained me for a cause, for a purpose. Today, you may not understand, some of you at least, but some of you have already seen the light. You know that this is not the end of us. We will be here. We will leave this platform. We will transition to another level, and ultimately, we will become president of Liberia. And we will do great things for our people. And so you all just sit there and think that this is all we're meant to do. I look at my detractors and they say all kinds of rubbish about me. Oh, Costa will never become anything in life. Costa will be this and Costa will be. I just look at you, a bunch of stupid people. If only you know what God is already doing in my life. If only you knew. If only you knew the wonderful things that God is already doing in my life. Jesus Christ. The day that news breaks, the day God brings to fruition this thing that he's working in my life, Jesus Christ, some people will literally commit suicide. That what God is working in my life right now, when God brings it, you know, when people hate you so much, they hate for good things to happen for you. What God is working in my life right now, in his own will, in his own time, when God makes it happen, you think that politics I'm talking about? To hell with politics. The thing that God is working in my life right now, when that thing happens, when, I did not say if, I said when, not if, when that thing happens, Jesus Christ of Nazareth, I know some people who will literally kill themselves because it will be too big. It will be too big for it to happen for Costa, Henry Costa, that foolish boy, that good for nothing boy. Why would God do that for him? But who are you to question God's will? Who are you? So wait, just wait. Soon and very soon, no man can kill me. Everywhere I've been, I mean, people I don't even know, men of God I don't even know, they tell me things about my life that they could not possibly have known. Things that I already know and things I do not know about my future. The consistency, the pattern, the truthfulness, the authenticity of the prophecies, how they match from prophet to prophet. They say the exact same things, Wakai. This is wonderful. The things that God is doing in my life. By the age 40, next year, save this podcast, November the 5th. By 40, what God has said he will do for me by 40 next year. Some of you will be proud to say Henry Costa and I are from the same country. Some of you, my enemies, you will be bragging to foreigners and say, do you know that guy? Somebody will ask you, oh, you are from Liberia? You'll say, yes. They say, oh, yes. Do you know Henry? So Henry Costa and you are from the same country. You will say, yes. You'll say, yes, he's mine. You will find yourself saying yes, proudly, that I and Henry Costa we're from the same country. You will be saying yes, Costa and I are from the same country. With pride and joy, you'll be saying that. The things God is doing, you think that politics, what do I have with politics? God is working.
Yeah, because let's just hold it. Let's just hold it there, and yeah, because I know you.
No, I'm not saying nothing. I'm not telling him what. No, I'm not going to detail. I am not allowed to say it. But God is working. And the time is coming very soon. At age 40, next year, you will say, thank God Henry Costa and I are from the same country. Even though I hate him, but I'm glad we're from the same country. You will say that because of what God is doing. Wonderful things. Something that will make you so proud. You say, what? That's how God can work. We don't get to choose who God wants and who God favors and who God chooses. It is He who, in His divine wisdom, chooses and assigns tasks onto people. I remember in the Bible when God chose Jeremiah, said, Jeremiah, I want to send you forth and be my prophet. And Jeremiah said, Lord, I can't speak. I don't know how to speak. And God said, Jeremiah, do not say that to me, because before you were born, I knew you. I knew you. I knew what you were capable of. And I chose you from before you were born. And so don't tell me about you not being able to speak. Thank you so much, folks. Have yourselves a blessed day. My faith is in God. It's not in man. It's not even in myself. I believe in God. He's responsible for everything that I am. And you know, God loves us all, including the wicked. You know, I, like everyone else, may have my shortcomings. I acknowledge them. But one thing God knows about me is I am not a wicked person. No, God does not love the wicked. He does not. And God certainly does not go after the perfect. He goes after people with good heart, people who mean well. Have yourselves a blessed day. Thank you so much. May God carry you. May He keep you. May He lift His countenance upon you. May He make it His face to shine upon you. May He see you through. If you're bedridden, if you're in a hospital bed, and may He rest you free from that bed. Rid you of that impurity, of that affirmity or infirmity, of that sickness with which you've been afflicted. And if you're struggling right now to pay your children's tuition and they can't go to school because you can't afford to pay, may He provide for you. May He put food on your table. And if God has blessed you with something, share with other people. No matter how little it is, put a smile on somebody's face. You know, Baka, there's this story. I'm going to explain this story, Baka, before I go. I heard this story, and it said there was this lady who had called into a radio show, somewhere in America. And the lady had said that she was in need, I think, of a brand new bed or something. Bed, as in B-E-D. And the lady had called into the show and said that was her request. That was what she was praying to God for. That God would give her the means to buy a brand new bed. And so this man who does not believe in God was listening to the radio show, okay? And because he does not believe in God, he's an atheist. And he was making mockery. So he called, yes, what he did. He contacted the radio station. In his mind, he was making mockery of this woman and making mockery of her faith in God, in a God that he does not believe in. And then he said, I'm going to play trick on this woman. He called the radio station and said to the radio station, I'm going to provide the money to buy the bed for that foolish woman who says she believes that God will provide the means for her to buy a new bed. An elderly woman who was having financial troubles. That was a woman's prayer request. God should give her the means to buy a brand new bed. And this man who has been blasphemous, who doesn't believe in God, an atheist, called the radio station and said, I am going to buy that woman a bed to make mockery of her. Guess what, Buckeye?
Yeah.
He called the radio station and provided the money. And he told the people one condition: when you call the woman to give her the bed, tell her that it is not God that bought her the bed, that it is a man who does not believe in God that bought her the bed. And they called the woman, okay? And they said, some man who does not believe in God and would have us tell you that bought you this bed. And he's trying to tell you that your God does not exist. And therefore, your God will not buy you any bed or provide you the means to buy a new bed. And so he called to say that. And he bought you the bed. And so the woman said this. I hope I do not mistake this, but she said something like this. Well, tell that man that when God wants to do something so badly that he even uses the devil to do it.
Sure.
So what he didn't realize is that God might have used an unbeliever to grant the request of a believer. Sometimes God uses your enemies, my dear friend, to deliver your blessings. Okay? They may not believe in your God, they may not believe in your faith, but God may use them to grant your request. And so the woman accepted the bed and said, tell him that while he thinks that my God does not exist, that while he makes mockery of my God, God has just used him to grant my prayer request. I didn't tell God that I wanted a bed from a Christian or I wanted a bed from somebody who believes in him. I told God I wanted a bed, and I wanted it so bad. And so God used a man who does not believe in God to grant my request. And so the moral of the story is that, my dear friends, that God may use your enemies sometimes to elevate you. God has used Joshua to elevate us to levels previously unimagined. By being a corrupt, wicked leader, which led us to calling the largest peaceful protest in the history of the country, raised our profile internationally, got recognized by a prestigious magazine based in Paris, the Africa Report, and named the 33rd of the top 50 most influential Africans. Going to Sierra Leone and chasing me into Sierra Leone and trying to have the Sierra Leonean government extradite me to prosecute me on a Trump charge. And having the Sierra Leonean say no to him, humiliating him, becoming an international incident. God sometimes uses your enemies to elevate you. And that is what I'm going to leave you with, folks. God works in mysterious ways. Thank you so much. God bless you. Have yourselves a blessed weekend. Bye-bye.